Girls, how you doing? Let's do another pickacard, and today is going to be a third party update. I will do this regularly because some of you are finding themselves in a little bit of a situation and you might not be the main focus of the relationship. It doesn't mean that there is someone else. Your person could be connected to an enormous amount of work, for example, distracted maybe by a lot of people around them, all kind of things. Okay, so let's not be triggered by that. I know it's easy to say, but I always want to make sure that we stay cool. It's just tarot, you know what I'm saying, right? I say that all the time. So let's do 2 piles, and also we're gonna have a major arcana from soul cards. And if you want to go on my Instagram, there's a link if you want to support freedom, you know that. Okay, so let's go. Let's have 2 piles and let's go for it. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2. So pile number 1, third party update. The Hierophant, the Child, Ace of Swords, right? Interesting. So what do we have here? There is an idea of clarity. Damn right. It means as well that there was a 10 of Swords before that. I think we have that one coming out quite a lot at the moment. You know what you want, you know what you don't want. You're very clear, or that person is very clear. Maybe you don't want to be, you know, the third wheels. Maybe you, that person decide to actually make up their mind between two or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So tarot can be reversed sometimes. Sometimes it can be about yourself. Sometimes it can be about your person. Understood, right? At the end of the day, someone is moving forward, making a decision to balance the relationship. It's the yin and the yang coming really together at once. There's an idea of movement towards you, movement to also for you to make that movement forward no matter what. Maybe leave someone behind, because I don't want to be lingering somewhere in between, and I want to make a movement forward, make that decision because I know what I want and I know what I don't want. Okay, there's a lot of sun today, which is beautiful, but in my face. I hope you can see the card properly. So we have the Hierophant. Very interesting as well, because you feel like that journey, the 10 of Swords that was before the Ace of Swords, brought you to a different level, because you have learned so much about yourself and that person as well, and you learn a lot about each other. You need to grow as a person, to learn different ways, different perspective, maybe an idea of outside of the box, you know, so thinking maybe certain thing was either black or white, and actually some of the things are gray, and you have to understand as well that, you know, a nuance, I would say. On the other hand, we also have this idea of the Hierophant is the big boss upstairs, as I like to say, whether you call it gods, universe, angels, unicorn, whatever is your thing, doesn't matter to me, but that other force that actually decide that you're meant to be. Of course you have free will. Of course, you decide to go right or left, but at the same time, there were some things that are written, okay, correct. Yeah, that back and forth, there's an idea as well of number 8, infinity number. So your connection doesn't disappear, doesn't go away. Far from it. It's been a journey, don't get me wrong, but it's not going to disappear tomorrow, we know that. Wow, okay, so that connection is an inner child connection. So you do work on your inner child, which is a very deep healing. Absolutely. There's something that also can be related to children. Maybe they were in a situation with someone else with children. All that kind of things, of course, is very important to take on board. But it could also be that you recognize that connection so special between you two. Is the yin and the yang, but is a very much the inner child and that little boy, little girl, whatever, 2 little boy, 2 little girl. We don't do gender here. We don't go there. At the end of the day, is that person within that is the core of who you are, who realize that I see you, I recognize you, I know I want to go there somehow, but I don't have a clue how to get there. And that's okay, because that is the journey, right? Fascinating. So it's a very powerful relationship. It's not going to go anywhere in the sense of he's not going to disappear, but he could go somewhere in the sense of being very much in tune and congruent with your real self. It can be very scary, and the sun is very intimidating at times. Some people have that feeling of I'm freeze, it's too much, I can't take it. Fair enough. Okay, so let's have a major arcana from the soul card to wrap it up, generally is quite powerful. As you know, Major Arcana, obviously. What do we have? Strength. I think we had that yesterday. Yes, of course, it's about cultivating your own strengths. Your strength is to know yourself, to know, it's not a question as well, not to be a better person or be good or better. You're never bad. You're actually learning to be true to yourself. You're learning to be you. And yes, there's a lot of judgment, there's a lot of clearing to do, there's a lot of understanding to do, but you're gaining that strength. So it's very powerful. It's not for the faint-hearted. Your connection, it's demanding quite a bit of work. At the same time, it's the work of a lifetime. We come here for some kind of purpose, don't we? So here we go. Here you have it, right? Powerful, not for the faint-hearted. Okay, so fan number 2, third-party update. Wow. Talking about powerful. 4 of Wands, the Empress, the Magician. Wow. Okay, fair enough. 11. Was doing so well, right? 11. You know, I don't particularly like the label, but there is that intensity. There is a foundation, the house. There is the idea of twin flames. There is an idea of, wow, you both going to places in some ways. You know, you're manifesting as well some very powerful combination between you two. In my opinion, when you meet, and it's kind of interesting in connection of pile number 1, I would highly recommend you watch number 1 as well. Yes, you have a journey here to, obviously you recognize each other straight away. There is something very powerful. There is an understanding as well that it's not going to happen straight away. It is a journey. You are the Empress, male, female, doesn't matter, right? The Empress is someone who is a bit like, as I say, the arbor, and you wait for the boat to come to the arbor. You learn to be patient, you learn to trust the universe or God or angels or whatever you believe in, whatever. You know there is a process, and you have to carry on building yourself, being truthful, to be truly yourself, and being loving and caring, but also a big sense of boundaries, knowing what is correct and what is not. You manifesting each other because obviously then Emperor, male, female, doesn't matter, is obviously being manifested by you because you're ready. There's a price attached to it in some ways because you're learning to have that balance within yourself. You also learning to become the best version of yourself in the sense of truly yourself, being in truth and being congruent with yourself. So let's have more information of this. Yeah, so you teaching that person and you teaching each other. I have to say that even though you go through a lot of things in life, you remain open at the level of the heart, and this is really important. You being through a lot of drama, a lot of layers. You could choose to be hard, you could choose to be cold, you could choose to be all of that, but you choose to be elegant and stay and remain open at the level of the heart, which is beautiful. So you give them an example of what they could do or attempt to do if they're willing to do, right? You're manifesting each other. Maybe as well that person was not living their truth. They were wearing a mask, pretending they were cool, they were happy. From the outside maybe they were, or they look very happy, but inside there was a void. You have an opportunity here to start something or restart, as you say, because there's a will to nurture this connection. You can plant a new seed. You can actually nurture, look after that connection because that need to be looked after. Otherwise, it become full of weeds. You see what I mean? You have to look after the garden in some ways. There you can, after that, of course, you can build long-term longevity. But the beginning is, the starting point is illusion, mask. The King of Wands, male, female, doesn't matter, is someone who is quite superficial, fluffing around, as I would like to say, someone who doesn't go into any depth with people, know a lot of people, or maybe listen as well to a lot of people. But do they know who they are? Do they remember who they are? They have to ground themselves and understand what am I all about. And damn, you know who you are, and you bring them down to reality. When it comes to Pentacle, it's all about the soil, it's about the earth, it's about, you know, the real world, what is going on in this world, right? Very grounding energy here. We're not talking about fluffing around here, and this is fluffing, okay? So you cover your heart as a result because you feel hurt. Male, female, doesn't matter. Queen of Cups is someone also contemplating their own values. Who am I? What do I want? What am I all about? Taking a moment to analyze and appreciate the feeling and respecting the feelings. I do not want to live my life protecting my heart. I want to be able to be truthful, grounded, open, totally open. This is not being open. This is protecting the heart. Because a King of Wands, if they go with the Queen of Wands, they can become, you know, the King of Cups. But how do they know how to be congruent with their feelings? That's a different story. There's a lot of room here, a lot of passion. There's also a new way to make things work, maybe. But is it going to be only superficial? No, I needed to check. You know me. I'm going to go until I find out. There's a way to make it work. It's an idea of the door is always open. New skills, new ways to do things, new tools to use. Be truthful. Again, it's about Pentacle. It's about longevity. How are you going to work it out? Learn those lessons to be real or to reconnect to your own truth, to what is really yourself. There's the only way you can be truly happy, in my opinion. Okay? No for the faint-hearted, eh? Interesting today. So also major arcana now from the soul card. I'm expecting the unexpected. Let's see. The Tower. Here we go. What did I say? Mamma mia. Do I need the card? Powerful indeed. You think so? Expect the unexpected. Maybe something you thought had no future might be revealed to be powerful, but it has to be on different foundation, in the truth foundation, very much. It has to be rebuilt properly. But, you know, something that you thought was real, but actually was not real and had to be crumbled. But it can be rebuilt again. That's my point. But let's be very congruent with what we want, who we are, what we believe in. Be truthful to yourself, okay? And then the rest should normally align, hopefully. On this note, have a beautiful day and I'll see you tomorrow. Mwah! Ciao!